is Russell Scott from scottcarvings.com, and this time I am going to make, it's sort of the face is going to be kind of a repeat itself, but I'm going to put it on a different type of project here. What we're going to do is we're going to make a tree with a lot of birds in it, and it's not a Christmas one. It actually is a summer tree. And here I got like my grins that you've seen. It's going to be like this. He's going to be happy because we're going to have a bunch of birds, different varieties of summer birds sprinkled about. The branches will come out enough so we can drill a hole in both the branch and the bird, and so you put the bird on, and we're going to have different colored birds like goldfinches as well as cardinals and blue jays that we've done before, like we've done in this Santa. We're going to still have the cardinal, and what I usually do is I start off with a cardinal cutout, and then you can always break away the tip, or what do you call it, the hackle, or shrink them a little bit. Here's a chickadee. Chickadee's a little too big on this one. And like I did with the other one, I have another one up here. Put a blue jay. Put the blue jay down here and put the red cardinal up here, because so we'll still have red cardinals and blue jays, but we'll also have like I said, goldfinch and maybe a robin, or because he's happy. He's happy because it's springtime. Here's another one of my old. Yeah, he'll be happy because it's springtime. You got all those birds. Or if you want to go any farther, he's really, really happy. I don't think we'll go that far on it, but get them down there. Let's get started. Now what I did was this piece of wood, come on, there's my ruler, is always backwards every time. Now this particular one is 2 1/4 by 2 1/4 square by almost 11. Exactly 10 3/4 inch. You don't have to be perfect. Make it a little longer. Now this tree is, it depends on how deep you want to get to the branches. I'm going to do a more simpler. I think I've showed this before, but it's kind of a combination of just about everything that you may have seen on my videos. And so let's get started. The best thing to do is what I did was I just gave an extra little, because it's going to be mostly round. This is kind of more of a bullet shape, torpedo shape. I'll kind of go around this way, kind of a shape. And so it's just going to be a tall tree. And I left one corner where the nose is going to be, and I think where I drew might need to go a little higher. Let me think first before I tell you here. If I did this and give him a good schnoz right there, I am going to put the eye. Let's go an exact 4.5 inches. A little higher. 4.5, and the nose will be about 3. And so what I want to do, what I've always said that I want to do is to round things. It feels pretty nice now because I got the corners up. Well, we got this corner. I'm gonna just get started with the face, and then we're just gonna round it, and then we're gonna put the branches in. This is a pine tree, as a matter of fact. Sorry about that. Not a deciduous tree, but we will start by putting, I want to get, like when we start with the face, and we're going to kind of start with the face, is, let's get that nose. So far this looks like a good, I just want to start with the knife, but I'll get going with the big chisel. up like this a little bit. I'm going to take the chisel here because I'm going to be coming towards me a bit. Oh, this one is really chippy. It's a lot easier than that Santa. So it so it'll have the same patterns as far as the cutout pattern as the Christmas, as the Santa Claus with the birds. So nothing new there. It's kind of like a combination of everything that I've done on videos. I think I did. Did I show you the tree? What I do for a tree? Of course, it's been a long time since I've done that. So I may be doing a little bit differently, better, whatever. Are we still in? Okay, like I just want to commit to the face. Bring the line back in. Everything converges right at that point there. And the trees and the bushes are full of our sparrows. I mean, this is kind of a cloudy day and overcast, but it's good. I think next day or during the night it's going to rain. But right now it is very quiet. Well, I better not say that, then all of a sudden the kids start coming running out. Now, oh, let's get, here's a sample here. I don't have an excellent sample anymore because, yeah, this one here, this is my old project. It's Halloween, right? I think I've got this. Did I do this one? Halloween. It's either a happy Halloween, turn it, or it's a scary Halloween. Depends on what you want to do. So in other words, if I put this down and Mr. Bad Guy sticks his head up, that's the reason why. So we want to commit to, as we usually do. Let's get to, I'm going to do this kind of fast. I've done this a million times as far as taking, see, it's more of just taking the eye out and the nose out. So I've explained a million times, you know, if you're right-handed, you always carve away from the nose and you carve away from, you carve towards the eyeball and away from the nose and away from the eyebrows. And then we start up here, and what we're doing is we're making a chip. Now, since this is going to be deep, you can come back again, or you can do it one little chip at a time. Again, if you have to come back again and again and again until it comes out of there. Or and same on this side, or if you want to do it this way, you take a little chip out, and then you dig another chip, and you dig another chip until you get all the way down. It's about almost all the way down to the nose, and then you take it. Whoops. And then we come back this way. Here, I got an extra chip there. We'll take that out of there. And go right to the eye line. Got one neighbor ahead of us is actually doing leaves, I guess. Last year's winter's leaves. We come up to the eye line. Am I still in? Now, do I need to go a little zoom? If I go a little zoom, make sure I'm focused. Right now, I mean, we're in May, and I think the humidity isn't that high up here yet. And as the humidity does get higher, like in August, you can feel it in the wood. The same with the other direction is when it's winter time, then you get a lot of that static, and then the chip will get onto your knife, and you just can't get it off your knife and can't get it off your wood. It just sticks. It's because it's too dry. Oh, there's our Doberman barking at something that does not exist. There's a crow over to my right. I don't know if that's it. Do a little cleaning and rounding. Now, I don't want to take the roundness, maybe I do, the corner up, not that much, but, you know, because they add a little more to the branches, but I don't want it to be square either, so we'll be balancing that. Okay, now what I would like to do, since I have committed to the nose and the eyes, maybe I like to clean it a little bit because I don't like looking at that when I did get the knife in there. I hope it doesn't show. I have a feeling that the knife is going to get in there. I got a knife mark in there. I'm going to cut a little bit off on the nostril. Round the nostril a little bit. Not too much round, but we're going to be taking the number 9. Quiet, you. She's barking at something. Okay, I want to stop here. And I want to start rounding and shaping the bullet. That is the next thing I want to do. Okay, I'm going to have to put this closer to me. Therefore, we're going to have to do there we go, is that better? I'm going to have to do one of these things. I always think the pencil's disruptive, you know. Sorry, I do this and he's right in the center, so. If he's in the center, no, where's my thumb? Then I think I better widen it a little more here, just a little bit more here. There, that's better. And again, I'm doing that thing where my one thumb is on the other, and it has the positive thing is you get a bigger swipe, but the negative thing is that the thumb that is receiving the squeeze doesn't like it. I'll do this with the top at first because I think it looks nice with the knife, and then I'll take the chisel. Now you can round this as perfectly round as you want, or because the tree is not perfect, but I find it better, I think, if I round to the point where I can start taking the saw marks off. Don't worry about the point, or it coming to a point that much. I wonder if she's barking at me because I'm talking. Every time I take the garbage out, there she comes around and looks at me, barks, and then says, "Oh, it's only you," and then runs back. I talk to her a little bit, and sometimes she barks when I talk. But if I don't say anything, maybe she'll go away. Okay, I'm gonna have to take. I'm glad I got it started as far as the top there. Yeah, it's. Oh, now the neighbor boy is. The dog's neighbor boy is out. I think he's barking at him. I think they got new neighbors there. No, she's around somewhere else. Maybe that's what she's barking at, because I believe the dog's neighbor is new in the neighborhood. All right, just for grins. I'm gonna put my ruler there instead. It's hopefully not as annoying. Let me take the chisel. Chisel. Again, this is a large number 5. Got to feel which way the grain goes. Oh, sometimes it's really weird how you think it's going in the correct direction, and then you push down and it isn't, and you turn it around and it's still not the right direction. And as I'm coming up, I am sort of kind of rounding towards the torpedo end, taking some of the saw marks off and round it. I'm gonna be careful. I'll leave a little bit. Can you see me here? Where's my ruler? There's my ruler. Oh, really? I'm not that far off. Boy, I'll tell you, this is a much better piece of wood than that Santa Claus we just finished. Now I want to be careful around here too, because this is going to be a nice big grin. So I'm just going to kind of take the saw marks off on this, and then I'll round it. Now he says I go this way. And that's what I'll kind of do is I'll start, like I said, I'll just make a little square here for now. Making room for the for the grin. He's going to have a big grin. He's a happy guy. He's a happy camper. It's springtime. It's summertime. This isn't a Christmas tree. You could probably do the same thing and create all kinds of like blue jays and cardinals, and probably put an owl on top for a nice Santa Claus winter kind of add to your Christmas carving collection. And of course, this is the tedious part. And also, when we get to the leaves, it's going to be kind of a tedious part. And he says I should go this way. Be careful over here. It's getting close to the side that has the face. I'll leave that kind of square for now. Square, and I'll use the knife to take the chisel marks off, but let's get this thing as round as we can. I'm surprised the neighbor boys aren't out, because there'd be one of them, you'll hear his voice saying, "What are you doing?" But it's fun being out. Like I said, the sounds of being outside. Not being cooped up in the house or apartment. I'm lucky I got a house. I got some movement, but an apartment, holy smokes. I could only imagine. I've been in an apartment. That's a long time ago. Now I'm going to take my knife and just kind of smooth things over and make sure all the saw marks are off. Shape it a little bit. I can come down a little bit, because not too much, because we're going to be dealing with eyebrows down here. And do check out my website where I got my books and my rough outs. I do appreciate the people who do purchase, and also go on Facebook. Facebook has a couple of groups. I know if you're a person who don't like Facebook, but at least go for the wood carving groups. There's the Character Carvers of America group. There's the affiliated wood carving. Those are the people who do the wood carving congress. There's a whittling group. There's all kinds of groups. Beginner wood carving groups. And I do put, as a matter of fact, when this is done, I'll be putting that, and like I put all the other ones up. And also go to my website. I do have, or actually the video, look at the video, if you're not on my email, I gotta put that on my website. I keep forgetting to do that. Where you can give me your email, and I send you patterns in a PDF file. It's all automatic. And this way you will keep in touch. Of course, I don't sell my email accounts, for crying out loud, not to my against my wood carving buddies here. But I let you know what's the latest. What the heck was that? Most of the time it'd be if there's something brand new, let you know a new video came out, or a new rough out came out, or something that's new. I'm always keeping things going. Or the latest, we're finishing up a article on Woodcarvers Illustrated that will be in the, that's in the, go to the Woodcarvers Illustrated in the winter holiday account. They've already said yes, and I put the finalization on it and send them all the goods. So get that going. I'll let you know about that. Okay, pencil time. What I want to do, I want to start putting the branches in first, because I don't want to put the face in, and well, the nose is pretty solid, but I feel a little, you got that all perfect and you're grabbing it and something might slip or pencil. So what I am going to do to start with is I'll do something like this, just to get this out of the way, to make sure. I can pencil this in. I'm going to go the face, I'll pencil it in so I can get a feel. Now this is a smile, so that cheek comes way out as far as it will go, but I need some meat over here, so I can't go too far. And then what's going to happen is that the smile is usually, the top part of the smile is usually flat, maybe a little bend. Am I on? I'm not on. I'm sorry. The top of the smile is usually almost straight, but then the rest comes way down. And you got, I like to put this little twist like this. I'll talk more light about it later. Instead of it coming straight down, I like that little extra twist. And sometimes I make that twist as obvious as it can, because as time goes on and you start carving, all of a sudden, now this one here is just kind of barely has a little bit of it because it's a tiny piece. I think I got that on my, yeah. So keep that in mind. See how I put this a nice little bent. I think as time goes on, that starts to straighten out. So I try to pencil in as obvious as it is. All right. Okay, there's a neighbor. Neighbor lady's coming out. Don't say nothing. They're looking over where the kids put their stuff. All right. Now, when I start in on hello. When I start in on putting in the branches are not, you know, it's not, I don't want to have it uniform. We'll start with just these little V's. we'll just put them all over. Actually, big V's. And like I said, this is in pencil, because what's going to happen is we're going to move these to fit. Uh-oh, here comes kids. And up here, see if we can do that. Shh, don't say nothing, the kids won't. There's only one looking out. Back is to me. Oh, they're putting stuff together, so there they go. There they go, Stan and Ollie. Okay, now I might want to add another one here. Not too uniform, but maybe move this one over a little bit this way. You know, maybe I went down here. Okay. Now what we do is we connect. It's still on now. We connect this to go here. If this goes out, this will go to here. And if this goes to here, that will go to here. So in other words, you start with your V and you crash into something. Okay, this will crash into here. This we can leave it as is. And probably could leave it out. We're looking at those two rabbits. We got two rabbits that are looking at each other, kind of. And then can stop here. So this goes here. Since this goes here, this can go here, and this can go here. And you can move things around. See, it's like you got this, these lines are parallel here. So what we could do is, if we were to erase this and make this one go up to here, and we might want to come back and probably put another V in there. If we put another V in there, if we do this, that'll help. I think they're all coming out and I think time to shut down, and I'm hoping to at least get started, because like I said, this is going to be oops, sorry. This is going to be the tedious stuff. If I could just get you started and then come back later, kind of a thing. Yeah, I don't like that there's not one here. So I'll put one in here. This one will go to here. Now, even though these are kind of left hanging, you can probably do something like this. That it pretends that there was one here, and that hangs out there. And we can pretend that one goes here, and this goes here. Okay. Yeah, I don't like this here. Okay, here's what I want you to start with. Let me get you started on something here, and I'll take my V tool, and you go take all the pencil marks after you're happy with how it is. And then even while you're doing this, you want to move things, you can re-pencil some things in, but we want to start with the V out all. Uh-oh. Somebody's not happy. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. So you V, once you V all of this, let me get you started. Like I said, this is also the tedious part. Okay, let's say we went all the way around. Sorry, it's still out. Let me bend this now that I'm not there. Let's say we did V, we V'd everything out here. All right. Next thing we want to do is you take a knife and you cut what you just V'd. That was a nice chipping sparrow. Oh, the kids are, oh. And it looks like the kids are back in. So we're back on. But I'll get you started, and then I'm going to keep going until, something, people are cooking. I can smell dinner. Like, is that my dinner? Somebody else's dinner? Okay, you feed that. Now, this is the branch. These branches that are coming down are the ones that are out, and these are coming in. And we're just getting started. This is just a start of shaping. Now, some like Rick Jensen's trees. I mean, he goes way in. I mean, that branch comes way out. I think I need to turn this a little more. But as of right now, and we want those branches due to come out quite a bit for the birds. Like we can have this come. I'll show you, and then we might even put some extra dents up here to fit that tree, to fit that bird on the tree. So let me at least get you started. Now I'm going to stay with you here until anything else or that dinner that I smell gets to me. One of the two. So I just like to see life, hear life after being cooped up. Oops, I don't like that. I hate that. Ooh, there's a chatter. I don't like knife chatter. I guess all the kids had to do is pick up something, and always remember this. What's on top, what's coming down is on top, and what's going up is going in. So even though we got this, you see this here. Let me cut this so you can see it. Both are going in, but I choose this to also go into this because I think this being a little higher is the reason why I choose it. But this still has to go in this top tree. So you got this going on. I'll stay with you as long as I can. And I think my knife too needs some quick. You can see a bit of a scratch in there. Let's see, is that fixed? I think it's good, and it still feels like, you know, when your knife is sharp, when you cut, and it feels almost like you're cutting plastic, really. Okay, let's keep going. This is underneath. I've seen so many through the years, people telling you, do you know your knife is sharp when? Some say you put it on your fingernail, like this, and then if it doesn't slide off, it's sharp. Another one is it's a distinctive ping when you rub your thumb against it with the knife close to your ear. And how can you tell me what that distinctive sound is? But the best way to check if your knife is sharp is you put it in the wood. Does it cut like a sharp knife? Now, especially beginners, you know, you just don't. I remember the days I didn't know what was really sharp. I mean, I put the knife to the wood and the wood comes off until somebody showed me. And after I've seen that, is that somebody looked at it, and then when you cut it, and it looks like there's like this white powder on it. That's dull. That is a dull knife. You want to sharpen that. If you can find somebody who can show you, I think there could be some knife sharpening techniques on YouTube. The ultimate is a man named Evan Wood. Look him up. He's got a video on how to sharpen knife, chisels, the whole works. And they're so sharp. I mean, you spend a lot of time sharpening them, and they are sharp when you're done. So, all right, that's getting started. And you know what? I think I can tolerate continuing on. I thought just in case if I have to break. Like I said, this is a tedious, and you can also turn the video off and do all of this. This is some of the tedious parts. Now I'm going to do this, therefore we got to turn this way. We okay? Yeah, this is a pretty decent piece of wood, and if this goes to here, then this one will go to there. And I'm not concerned about the tip right now. We will later on. In fact, what I got there is almost what I like it, because we got to have some kind of wood. We don't want that totally sharp because there's going to be a bird up there. And especially if you're going to do a Christmas one and you want an owl up there, you want to make sure there's some wood up there. So you can, what I use is, mostly what I use, especially when it's a smaller bird like that, is I use toothpicks. Don't just glue the bird on or glue things on like that. You got to have some kind of a dowel or something. There are even some people who, you run out of dowels, take a small piece of wood and cut it until it turns into a dowel. That's what you can do with some of your scraps. And I mean, if it fell off the bookshelf, you know, of course it'll probably snap off. I'm going to leave this alone. I'm not going to carve that in. This thing that I got right here, I'm leaving that alone for now. When we start playing with the face. All right. Careful, I'm watching what I'm doing or paying attention. When I carve like that, I'm aware that my hand was in the way. I don't know if that really helped, but it's better than just putting your chisel in the wood and push. See, even though my hand might be in the way, and I'm getting close to the side, so you got to pay attention. See, now, I still want to pay attention when I get close to the side, because what happens is that'll fly right off. Plus, I want to make sure I got extra wood there for the smile. We'll keep going as we can. Make sure hand is mostly out of the way, because I know getting close, so I'm not gonna, same with this here. I mean, if you feel more comfortable, I mean, let's do it this way. I mean, I got to a point, I don't wanna, especially if you're beginning wood carving, I don't wanna have you do something that is, well, you gotta really learn, and you know where that chisel, where that tool is going. So we'll go this way.